Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. Heavy on the like, heavy on the subscribe, please. And I hope you all are doing well today. So, you see the title of the video. And before we get started, I must say, man, y'all fanboys, y'all get really upset when anybody talks about LeBron James' longevity or his age. I've noticed that. You know, y'all didn't like my Father Time is catching up to LeBron video. And, hey, you know, we're just trying to prepare you for reality. So, on that note, here we are again. And this is actually going to be part one to this video, talking about how longevity has hurt the deer, has hurt your king, LeBron James. So let's start this off by talking about the non-existent GOAT debate, the manufactured GOAT debate. And, you know, there are many reasons why it is totally ridiculous and there should have never been a GOAT debate between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. LeBron James is definitely not number two. Again, you know, it's not in my top five. Probably not in my top 10 once I have a chance to sit down and because like I said, it's just too many antics with LeBron James for him to even qualify to be in the top 10. But one reason why this debate is just completely ridiculous is because LeBron James is nowhere near the defensive player that Michael Jordan is. I've seen other YouTubers doing comparisons between LeBron and Michael Jordan and just fabricating, you know, things to make it seem as if LeBron is on Michael Jordan's level defensively. This is not the case. And case in point is all defensive selections. Now, you can say what you want about the defensive player of the year. You fanboys can make all kinds of excuses of why LeBron James doesn't have one. But the all defensive selections, you have no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that. And so getting into the all defensive selections, this is one way that longevity has really hurt LeBron James. So we all know that Michael Jordan was arguably just as much a killer on the defensive end as he was on the offensive end. We've heard players from his own era say that he was the best defensive player in the league as well. We've heard players not in his era. The logo, Jerry West, said that Michael Jordan was the best defensive player in the league when he was playing. So, you know, whether you say he was the best defensive player, you have to at the very least admit that he was one of the top defensive players pretty much for all of his career. From the 1987-88 season until Michael Jordan retired from the Chicago Bulls for good in 1998, Michael Jordan made first team all defense every one of those years. And obviously that's excluding where he retired in the middle. You know, he didn't make all defensive, obviously, when he was retired. But from 1987-88 to 1998, when he retired from the Chicago Bulls for good, Michael Jordan made first team all defense. Now, when Michael Jordan retired, he was what, 35, 36 in 1998? I think he might have been 35 because I believe he came back when he was 38 in 2001. At any rate, So in his mid-30s, Michael Jordan was still making first team all defense. Here we go, fanboys. Here's some information for you that you should know. And if you don't know it, I'm about to give it to you right now. LeBron James, last year of making first team all defense. First team. Because a lot of people like to throw out that number. Oh, he has 6 all defensive selections. He has 5 first team. And that 6th one is second team. So the last time LeBron James won or got a first team all defensive selection was the 2012-2013 season. That is correct. The 2012-2013 season. Now, fanboys, let me add a tidbit to that piece of information for you. That was before LeBron James had turned 30 years old. Let me repeat that one more time. That was before LeBron James turned 30 years old. In other words, LeBron James has not had a first team all defensive selection in his 30s. And the last defensive selection, which was the second team, was the year after, was the 2013-2014. In other words, when LeBron James left Miami, he stopped playing defense. I mean, it sounds so ridiculous to say, because you guys love to talk about this longevity and how great LeBron James is playing at age 38 or 39, however old he is. You guys love to say that. But the man stopped playing defense when he left Miami. But again, you know, to be fair, like I said, for some of the videos I was doing 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, talking about some of LeBron James' failures, talking about the 2007 finals. Like I said, I actually went back and watched a lot of those games, you know, watched him against the San Antonio Spurs, watched him against the Orlando Magic, against the Boston Celtics. And the thing that I realize is that LeBron's defense has been overblown. I think I've said this in another video. LeBron has gotten credit because he's made some great defensive plays. But LeBron James has never consistently played great defense. You know, he's gotten some blocks and some steals, you know. Like I said, I'm not saying that he didn't make some great defensive plays back then, but LeBron James has never consistently been a great defensive player. You can tell that by how he guards a player when that player doesn't have the ball. Now, fanboys, go look. When LeBron's man doesn't have the ball, LeBron gives that guy so much space. And if you go look at Michael Jordan on Chicago, playing defense, even when his man didn't have the ball, Michael Jordan was within arm's length of that man. He didn't give that guy any space. It was like, you get no room to breathe with me. I don't care if you have the ball or if you don't. And here's the difference. Michael Jordan cared about playing defense. You know, Michael Jordan is on record saying, you know, that he wanted to be recognized for his defense. He didn't want to just be recognized for his offense. Like, he wanted people to see that, hey, I work hard on the defensive end as well. I can't recall hearing LeBron James ever talk about really being focused on his defense. I've talked about him, I've heard him talk about needing better teammates, needing better playing situations. I've never heard him talk about, I want people to recognize my defense. You know, the only way that he talks about it is like he talks about everything else, and that's he thinks just because he says it, that it speaks it into existence. Just like that one right there made me the GOAT. I was just so ecstatic for all 52-year drought in Cleveland, and that one right there made you the GOAT. He thinks he can speak stuff into existence without actually playing it into existence, without putting the work in so that people recognize it. So yeah, like I said, this is how longevity hurts LeBron James. The man has not won a first. He has not been selected to first team all defense since 2012-13 season. He has not had a first team all defense in his 30s. So what are we talking about? What GOAT debate? The GOAT debate is between, and to me, it's really not a debate. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But if you want to have a debate, to me, the debate is between Michael Jordan and Kareem and Kobe and Magic and Russell. But comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan, that is absolutely no comparison. And I think this longevity, again, hurts LeBron in a lot of ways. And defensive is one of them. When you are not playing defense consistently, how can you still be considered a top 5 great player when you're not putting in that hustle? How could you ever be compared to Michael Jordan when you're not putting in that hustle defensively? And fanboys, go ahead. I know you are waiting with the excuses. I know your blood is boiling right now. I know I know your head is about to explode because you cannot believe what I'm saying. And you don't want to hear it. You do not want to hear the truth. But explain it to me. I'm waiting for all the excuses. I'm waiting for you to tell me how longevity does not hurt LeBron when he hasn't been playing defense since 2013. When he hasn't had a first team all defensive selection in his 30s. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. Michael Jordan, up until he retired in 1998 at age 35, was still getting first team all defensive selections. Because Michael Jordan cared about defense. LeBron James only cares about, or should I say LeBron James wants people to say he's good at defense without proving it. Because that's what you fanboys do. You fanboys will say anything to bolster your king's case without him having to prove it. But anyway, we gonna hold up here. This is part 1. Because I'm going to be going through some other ways that longevity has hurt LeBron James. And again, like I said, when you hadn't played defense in that long, that longevity argument starts to look real suspect. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think LeBron James' lack of defense, that he hasn't really played defense since Miami, that his defense has been overblown, do you think that makes his longevity case suspect? Do you think that hurts his longevity case? Or do you think because he's still getting his stats in this easier to score league that his legacy is just fine? Fanboys, we know what your answer is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.